Hello, happy full moon. It feels pretty fitting that I'm recording this with a little snuggle bug because the sun is in Cancer and that's the sign of the Great Mother. And before we dive into the chart and kind of the moon map for what's here astrologically and energetically, for us with the full moon, I really just want you to take a deep breath for a second. Maybe you want to sway a little. Maybe you want to bounce with me and my singing little monkey. I was really thinking as I was looking at the chart for this and feeling into it, just the invitation for all of us this summer, this moon cycle, to allow ourselves to maybe even just a tiny bit more soften into the reality and the truth that we are held, we are resourced. I think it's really easy to feel the weight of the world, literally, at times on our shoulders. And one of the phrases that that you've probably used with me if you've worked with me in any capacity is life is holding me while I'm having my experience. Life is breathing me while I'm having my experience. I'm not breathing me. When I go to sleep tonight and I am laying there in my bed, there is something else that is breathing my body. The intelligence of life and life force is breathing me. Love is breathing me. It's breathing you. So, in this build up to the full moon, and in this time where there is just an insane amount going on astrologically, yeah, but it's it's an unprecedented time on Earth, literally. So if you're feeling crazy amounts of change, transition, triggers, activation, you are not alone. There are so many of us that are feeling these things. And this full moon is honestly, it's no different. Here, baby. I've been really surrendering to these moon maps I've been making. The fact that I am just letting these be super homey instead of fighting them. I want it to feel like you're just like in the house with me, with Bubba. So let's just kind of take that energy in here with us, and I'm going to share my screen so you can see. So here is the full moon in Capricorn. Click out of some of this so that it's not distracting me. Great. Full moon in Capricorn, June 29, 2026. It's on Monday. Where I am in the Pacific Northwest, it's at 4:57 p.m. So just correlate it to whatever time zone you're tuning in from. And wow. Okay, so here's our sun, glorious sun, the life force energy at 8 degrees of Cancer. Here is the moon at 8 degrees Capricorn. The dance of Cancer and Capricorn, okay, but the dance of Cancer and Capricorn is one where Cancer is the oceanic great mother energy. There's a lot of emphasis on emotions and feelings and sensation and letting that like really move through your body. So maybe you've been on this kind of a somatic journey for a long time. I would still invite you. What has physically been up in your field in this week leading up to the full moon and on the full moon that's making you feel waves of emotion? Maybe it's really, really beautiful, fun waves. Maybe it's waves that are not so fun to feel. For me, it has been kind of a mixture of both. Do you want to look at this? There's been some really beautiful pleasure-filled moments around the solstice that were just like beautiful, glorious times in the sun and in nature. Do you want to look at this? But there has also been some stuff up this week in my home that is requiring me to meet old parts of myself that would get very, very afraid and anxious around body caretaking. For me, it's I'm having some health issues going on with my dog. And so I am feeling all of these ways and these ways that my body will trigger when somebody in my caretaking vicinity is in pain or is needing help, and there is like an unknown element to what's going on. And then it's kind of just feeling through the layers of emotions around, like, this is when in the past I've gone into freeze and I just haven't made a decision because I am so afraid that I just freeze. And feeling into like being able to hold that part of me that will literally freeze in overwhelm of emotion, which can be totally Cancer, and using this Capricorn moon and this Capricorn energy on the other side to balance, like, what is a new foundation or a new way for my body, moon, to move through this? Or for me to hold myself and hold that part that is kind of in freeze or used to freeze in kind of the anxiety of the unknown. Hold her, really let her feel that she is loved, she is held, she is resourced, she's not alone. And then watch the situation sort of shift. It doesn't mean that it's not super hard this week. It doesn't mean that I'm not still in this moment as I record this, sitting in a lot of unknown around this situation. But I could feel today as I was breathing love into her that it started to really settle in a way where it's like, oh, I can settle into some peace here. So I share that story as an example. It's not that it's going to be like we're in all of these states of like, oh, this is so amazing, or even all these states of like, oh, this is so hard and I'm just drowning. It's like we're almost being um really directed and danced cosmically to allow some of these really old body ways of feeling that are literally like it feels to me like another piece is just dropping in as I'm touching in it is Cancer can bring up stuff that it is from childhood. It's related to home, it's related to family, it's related to root system. So really, if anything at all, like if you want to just keep this full moon simple in a way, because I have a feeling the waves of material coming up may not feel simple, letting yourself find spaces to breathe with whatever, like identifying, locating what part of me is this that is kind of flaring up or needing to be seen and held in love right now. And then just breathing with that part of you. And then from there, really feeling into the anchor of who you are, a divine human being, divine soul, having a human experience. And the fact that life is breathing you, life is resourcing you. And then allowing, here's part of what I'm feeling with the Capricorn and some of like the repatterning, allowing some of the miraculous energy to come in. I teach this a lot because I really believe it in my bones that the natural state of Earth is the miraculous. Our conception as humans of what a miracle is the word itself, even it's like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. It was a miracle. I really think that Earth in her wisdom actually giggles at us at times when we're in that space, and that actually her natural state is miraculous. If you think about like even the way things are conceived to begin with, the way that this baby was conceived and my womb grew him for almost 10 months and then he was born, it's like purely a miracle. Science cannot explain it, what happens in that moment when the sperm and the egg meet. That is Earth reality. So I was feeling when I was camping the last few days, and I had so many different spiders land on me or in my tent or on my body or crawling. One was crawling up my back, and I had to ask my husband to just gently just like flick her off. Like there was so much spider energy. And whenever I feel spider, for me, I feel grandmother Capricorn, that wise, almost like an indigenous grandmother who sees, who's lived lifetimes, who knows in her bones, all is well. We're okay. That is it's just it's a really important energy, I feel like, to tune into under the light of this full moon. The last thing I want to say is that the day before this full moon, Jupiter is, or the day of this full moon, Jupiter is finishing up his cycle in Cancer. He's been here for an entire year. So we have this almost like wise grandfather energy as well, Jupiter, wanting to bring in and land for us some sort of a gift of completion around the Cancerian energy. So again, I want to bring it back to your felt sense in your body. What kind of a gift is there for the part of you that's activated? What kind of a gift is there? What kind of a completion of this cycle that Jupiter has been in Cancer for a year is also just being given to you in this full moon? Because the very next day, on June 30th, Jupiter's going to move into Leo and we're going to start a whole new cycle around the Leo energy. So feeling into all of these themes, for me, I'm like, let's keep it simple, baby. I know we all have so much going on. Create a little bit of space this weekend to hold the part of you that feels like it's coming forward the most clearly. And I would love to hear from you what starts to kind of show up um, as you hold, as you notice some of the nuance, as you feel a shift there. And now I've got a really sleepy and teary little wizard. So I'm gonna go, but full moon love, full moon blessings, and bye for now.